Welcome to Inside the Markets with John McLeod. Each program, we will bring you insights from top leaders in business, real estate, politics, and more, with the hope their experiences will provide you with the knowledge and understanding to help make your path to success a smooth one. All right, welcome back to another edition of Inside Leadership. And our focus this year, or at least for the next few episodes, is going to be on the different communities inside of Keller Williams. Today, our guest is Christina Griffin, who is the head of KW Relocation. Christina, tell us a little bit about the KW Relocation Community inside our company.
Sure. Thank you. And I just so appreciate the opportunity. So KW Relocation, we are I call it a lead generation community. Our main focus is to help the agents get into relationship with large corporations and also set them up for success on working with buyers and sellers that are relocating. So we have a full relocation certification process, which is required to happen each and every month. Each and every year. It's recurring due to IRS guidelines with relocation departments. They require certain modules to be updated and ongoing. We have a lot of other amazing, I'd say, resources, tools, training. We offer CTE for free marketing and things to that nature. But that's the community in a nutshell. Our community is very much a group of amazing agents that are all working together to collaborate and help each other grow. And then we also have the relocation department that is separate, but I can definitely go into the difference.
So going back to the beginning, you will help an agent make a connection with a large corporation to become their preferred relocation vendor.
Great question. So we at KW Relocation, one of the core, I'd say, beliefs in our focus is helping agents get into those relationships 110%. Okay. Our department is getting ready to roll out an affinity program that will help the agents get into the relationship, and we can help them grow that relationship across the country. And those are corporations that don't already work with relocation companies. So it's more, I call it a perks program, and there's many of them across the country. Now, corporate relocation is a different animal. They require, due to IRS guidelines, the transactions to 90% of the time to connect and work with a relocation department that has a relocation director, that it's managed and compliant via IRS guidelines. So we at KW Relocation, we also have a relocation department. We only refer any of those transactions back to our KW community agents. However, if an agent wanted to grow their own relocation department, we're going to guide them around how to do that. It's very cumbersome getting into relationships with large companies that already have established relationships. Our department's goal is we're growing the footprint. What company-wide and our agents are really taking advantage of, and it's creating awareness. Someone in your sphere, someone that goes through an open house, someone that just reaches out to you and says, hey, I have a corporate relocation package. Most agents, their first thought is, we have to turn that down because KW doesn't do relocation. KW, we have a relocation department. So any agent can connect our department with a large company like NEI or Errors or Serva, and we can help them save that business. There's a lot of moving parts. The community is in the department are separate, but in many ways they go hand in hand.
That's awesome. And I've been with Keller Williams for 5 years and am learning something new, like I do every day, learning something completely new. So thank you for that. That's great. So Christina, how'd you choose real estate in the first place?
Great question. So my mom passed away when I was 9 of cancer. and she was 36 years old and died of terminal cancer. She was a broker and in real estate. 9 years later, my father passed away in a boating accident, and I had to take custody of my sister, who was 2 years younger than me, or send her to go live with my grandmother. I had little nerdy. So I had already had my AA before I graduated high school.
Okay.
Had a full scholarship to go in, I'd say, the next direction of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And my ex-husband at the time said, "Why don't you just go ahead and go into real estate like your mother?" That's what I did. So at 18 years old, I forewent college. I went straight into real estate to be able to take care of my sister. And immediately, within, I'd say, the first 2 to 3 years of being in real estate, I ran large apartment communities and did the full lease up and renovation of large apartment communities in the Tampa Bay area. And that, I'd say, that's my journey and how I got into real estate.
Okay. And fast forward now, your best year, let's just start on units, because that's an easy way for people in various parts of the country to be able to relate. How many units did you sell in your best year?
Well, our team has done over 5,000 transactions in our best year, over 150 million in volume.
Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, Christina, with all of this, one of the things that agents tend to get hung up on is how do you create significant change in yourself? And one of the ways to do that is through investing. So what's one of the best investments that you've ever made, whether it was time, money, personal capital, what have you?
I'd say the best investment personally for me was investing in time, but getting into coaching. Like full transparency. So I'd say the investment was me, and coaching has been the biggest change in my life. So having the right coaches, having the right mentors that I'd say they saw that bright, shiny spot in me and helped. I'm a very coachable person, and helped push me and drive me and accountability, and probably not the answer you wanted, but for me, investing in the time to be coached by amazing mentors and become a coach has been financially the best return on my investment of my time, because it truly it's just transformational where it can take you.
Love that. And not necessarily looking for a particular answer, I will tell you, after, I think this is probably the 30th interview or so with this line of questioning, most people mention some iteration of time. Mm-hmm. And the most life-changing one for me was Brian Gubernick. You know Brian, I'm sure you've heard his life value of time talk. If not, go listen to it. And anyone else out there, you need to go listen to it, because it is perspective that you just can't mm-hmm. imagine that perspective it gives you. Okay, so you mentioned earlier you're kind of nerdy, so you don't get to use that to answer this next question. So what's one quirk or odd thing about you that many others may not know?
Maybe I dream in spreadsheets.
That is nerd to the 10th degree.
Oh goodness, on what people don't know. I don't know if it's, I love to feed. I don't know if it's a quirk, but I meal prep for tons of people that need food on the weekends. I maybe it's the Italian mom in me. I love to cook. I was gonna say,
it's the Mediterranean heritage coming out.
Yeah. And people that have to go to bed hungry, one of my long-term goals is to help divide in that gap. On a quirk, Blinkist is one of my favorite apps, and I listen to a book a day.
Okay.
While I walk, and it very rarely have I invested in buying the actual book. However, the amount of content you get and just that blink, I have read, well, I've blinked about 500 plus books in a year and a half.
Wow. That is, I haven't done it. I'm gonna have to try it because that's Cliff Notes
It is.
in the audio version.
It is. And I will tell you, from Atomic Habits to Brene Brown to everything in between, the Blink subscription, it's all included. And it just, you get the high level and you learn the nuggets, and then you move on to the next book. And I will tell the last year and a half in doing that in a habit, I feel like that's been a huge contributor in my quirky nerdiness on helping me grow.
Love
and
it.
impact others.
Love it. So speaking of habits, what other habits do you have that most positively affect your mindset?
That's a great question. So I get up at 4:15. I follow my schedule to a T. My schedule usually gives people anxiety. However, it is time blocked to a T. And for me, getting up at 4:15, having that time, that quiet time, devotional, I love cardio and steps. So I do about 10,000 steps a day. But I'm still present for my family. I cook breakfast every morning for my husband and my son. And really, truly, I'd say that impact on my family time, it's, and following the schedule is important. Mindset, I like Hallmark and Lifetime movies. So like 6 o'clock Saturday morning when everyone sleeps in, yeah, I may watch a Hallmark movie while I drink my coffee. And dates with my kids every single week, and dates with my husband and my family. It's truly the most important.
Love it. Still, I'm not sure about the Hallmark stuff, but it's Hallmark is big in my house. When my wife goes and reviews this, I got to give her a shout out for that because she's a huge Hallmark fan.
Yeah,
so
me too.
Here's one of the toughest questions, especially coming into real estate. What bad advice do you most often hear in your industry, and why?
Ooh, bad advice. Buy leads.
Okay, I love hearing that.
Yeah, buy leads. Don't pick up the phone and prospect. I'd say the purchasing the leads is the biggest one. You need to spend money to create opportunity instead of learning how to create the opportunity. I remember Gary said in a mastermind a few years ago, those that create the inventory control the market. So I feel like at KW Relocation, that's a big focus. I personally have. My partners, Liz Parker and Tammy Chevalier, they run our relocation department. They're co-community leaders as well. However, for me, it's creating the data, the corporations, the learning how to create the opportunity, and investing in your education and the systems to control the market instead of the easy button.
Awesome. And that's such a huge pet peeve of mine too. We're going to go down a rabbit hole if I continue that. I'm not going to do that to you.
We'll do that offline.
Yeah, we'll have that conversation in a couple of weeks. So, what book or books do you most often recommend, and why?
Oh,
and having gone through 500 of them in the past year and a half, I know it's going to be tough to reduce that down.
I read Dare to Lead probably once a month, like the real live version.
Okay.
And it's actually on my wall. She talks about as well. I love Brene Brown. So she talks about the man in the arena, and in that is basic. And I won't read the whole thing to you. It's about going through. It's basically the blood, sweat, and tears to get to where you need to be. And so many people, they judge you, but you really just need to. You need to fail, and you need to, we're the ones in the arena doing the work. Mm-hmm. And we have our goals and our focus. And the way she intertwines things, but the man in the arena is probably one of my favorite quotes, and she just does a great job at bringing it home and inspiring you. And leadership is hard. It is lonely. And her voice is sometimes it's a throat punch and sometimes it's a soft, so however, again, everything Brene Brown I love, but
Okay.
Dare to Lead is by far my favorite.
Love it. Love it. And sometimes we all get off track
Mhm.
and need to reset. What do you do when you need to reset?
I cook. My husband always knows I've had a bad day is when he comes home and there's food for like 20 people cooked. And here's the fun, I'd say, tidbit around me. I had gastric sleeve.
Okay.
So I love to cook, but I can only eat about 3 to 4 ounces of food. So I've lost several hundred pounds. However, the act of cooking, it by far, I'd say that's my reset. And self-care is important.
Okay.
And I live in Florida, so a great relaxation in the pool with a good book, or just a chill moment, it's a really good thing.
Awesome. So last question for you, Christina, is how do you define success?
It's a great question. How do I define success? I'll tell you that answer has definitely grown and adapted over the years. For me, my biggest goal was always to take care of my family. My mom, dad, and sister passed away early. I've been through cancer. My own personal coach has had me work on, what does that look like? What does success look like? What does, I want to take care of my family look like? So for me, it's financially being able to prepare and make sure my family's okay if something does happen to me. And I feel like I've been through so much, and it's been for a reason. And to be able to have a tribe of people that I'm able to impact each and every day and help them when they're going through things. In our tribe of relocation, we've got people from chemotherapy to divorce to, growing businesses to bankruptcy, all these different things in between. And to be able to mentor them and help guide them, I know that just feeds my soul. So
love it. Love it. So Christina, any parting thoughts as we wrap up?
Gosh, there's so much I could say. I'm so excited for the future and what we have planned with KW Relocation. For me, I'm asked often as a mom with 3 kids and a happy marriage, how do I do everything? No matter what people are going through, with the right support and the right community of people, you can absolutely get through anything you put your mind to. So I would say my parting thoughts is encouragement. 5 years ago, I joined KW, and I'm here now. And I will tell you, I'm present in my family. I eat dinner with my kids. We have time together, and we grow together. You can do all things with the right support. So again, no matter what people are going through, get that support, get that community, get that group of people that you can plug into to help you achieve your goals, or help formulate, because a lot of people don't know what their goals are, what those need to be. So I'd say courage, and they can get anywhere that they want to be with the right support.
Love it. Christina Griffin, thank you for your time today. Looking forward to seeing how Keller Williams Relocation explodes. This is fantastic. And for those of you who need help in the Tampa Bay area, make sure you reach out to Christina. We're going to have her telephone number and email on the bottom here for you. Christina, thanks again for being a guest on Inside Leadership. I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for another edition of Inside the Markets with John McLeod. I hope you found this topic interesting. Each show, we will bring you intriguing and relevant commentary from the top experts here in our market. If you have suggestions for future topics or would like to be a guest on the show, please email me at johnmcleod@kw.com. That's JONMCLEOD @kw.com.